So
I'm ready.
So, you're an actor in the Futurist play.
I think so.
And what do you mean by you think so?
Well, I'm not acting on stage. I don't follow blocking or listen to lines or more suggestions. I am on stage.
And, what is the purpose of this?
In terms of the purpose of the play, it's to invoke, really. Or however that may be, invoking violence, anger. It's just to get something out of the audience. Raw emotion, something real.
So, when the play usually ends in violence, you're quoted as being satisfied. Why is that?
Violence is the only way. If you take a look at a lot of the big people in history, Hitler, Mussolini, Obama, the biggest things they did for our country was violence. I need a raw emotion out of the audience. If somebody doesn't come up and punch me in the face after we're done, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all.
And do you think that acting in this way, in this violence, is a force that will constitute change?
I think it must constitute change. I think that by bringing this violence out, people will change. Whether they like it or not. I will make them change.
I like to call this one Smoke on the Asphalt. Hold on.
Do you know any other songs?
Yes, this one is called Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. Thank you for having me.
In here.
Of course.
So, how long have you been making music?
How long has it been since the 18th?
About 5 days.
Interesting, okay. Then by that meter, I would say I've been a musician for about 5 days.
What brought you into the company doing music?
Well, as a futurist, I've been traveling with the company for some time, although originally I was a prop master. I would kind of pick up whatever I could find and hand it to the actors as they walked on stage. And one day I was behind stage holding a medal, and I dropped it on the floor. And the moment I dropped it, it really became the sort of impetus of my musical career, as it drew in a reaction from the audience. I believe the thing that was said was, "What the fuck was that?" And I think that just spoke to me as a musician. And Mr. Ballsnitch, our director, he heard that and he said, I see something more in you. I see a musician. And so he put me on stage with the trash can and with the medal, and told me to slam the medal against the trash bin for as long and often as I felt. And so I did. And I think that really is when I became a musician.
Do you consider what you do before you do it?
Do I consider? Yes, I do. I think that really music is whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be rhythmic or in a certain timing or include instruments. It really is just what it is. And I think that crashing my medal against the trash can is music, but also that's not the point. See, as a musician, I'm made to draw up the emotion within the crowd and the audience and give the actors the sort of flame that they need to continue their art. I think that what I do as music, it's not the point. I think that there's a greater mission at play. I slam my metal into the trash can for the express purpose of drawing up negative emotions within the audience.
Why do you do that?
I believe that people are too set in their ways. The old culture is stale and boring. The culture of music that is in time and has rhythm and instruments. I think that people are too set in those ways. And they've snugly buried themselves deep within the confines of the past and the old ways and tradition. And I think that what I do sort of reinvents music as a whole by not having the music be music. As a musician, what brought me the rhythm and the way that I play is my first ayahuasca trip in the jungle. I heard the sounds of the trash can and the metal deep reverberating within my soul as my fellow spirit partner Aaron Rodgers led me into the light. And I think truly that's what me and director Ballsnitch and the rest of us are trying to do here, is create something that is not good. So, what happened at the performance last night?
It was the worst fucking thing I'd seen in my entire life. It was a joke that they even called it a play. I showed up to that thing with 25 pounds of manure. I left with none of it. All gone.
So, what did the performance make you feel? Do you think that the actors accomplished their desired effect?
If the effect was to piss me off, then they achieved it. Masterpiece. Apparently there was one guy there called Dinky Ballsnitch. He was a mess. Just screeching, running, dragging his feet around the stage.
And what about the music? Do you think it welled up?
There was nothing. I don't even think you could call it music. They were crashing, banging, sliding. So much noise, it was overstimulating and not even...
Would you recommend it to someone else?
No.
Thank you for your time, Mr.
You're
Actor.
welcome.
Yeah, and I look forward to seeing more Italian futurism from you and more whatever it is you call what you do.
Acting.